Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Do Nothing Project. This thing up, right? Our weekly experiment in community meditation, Sangha, they say in Buddhism, or virtual Sangha, people cruising in from all around the world. I've seen everyone signing in here, Chicago, Wisconsin, Jeff in the back of a car in Denver, Florida. Nice. Lorraine from Montreal. Welcome, everybody. And welcome back, all the usuals. And welcome to new folks. And I guess a lot of people listen to this or watch it later. I think in the new year, and I'm going to try to figure out something where we can actually do like an audio version so people can listen to a guided one, like a podcast style, make it easier that way. And I also was thinking I'm probably going to start having some guest teachers on more because I can just figure out a way to do it split screen so we get the multiple. So getting different teachers to kind of guide practices like we've done a little bit in the past, but anyway, I hope everybody is good. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Fred from Ohio. So Do Nothing Project, very low tech. Not many bells and whistles, basically an opportunity to hang out and do very little together. So the bar is set quite low. Explore a different practice, maybe talk a little bit about some dimension of meditation. So tonight I was going to, I had a whole thing planned in my head around talking a little bit about jhana. It's called jhana practice and a part of that. But I think I'm going to delay that for a week because true to life, you kind of got to respond to what's going on around you. And what's going on around me right now is crazy intensity with my little dude, Eden, who's just had his sleep schedule's gotten all messed up the past few days. So he's just basically wakes up every hour screaming and is like inconsolable. And so this has been happening for the past 2.5 hours with my wife and I taking turns going in and trying to console him. And he's just screaming. And you're like, I love you. But right now, wow, this is very hard to deal with. So I feel very, it's intense dealing with that. So I thought I'd just do a meditation around, this principle in practice that the more experience you get in meditation, but even when you don't have that much experience, it's sort of this idea that, the first freedom of practice is really like choosing how you want to pay attention, where you want to pay attention. And it's this idea that even when your experience is really challenging or overwhelming and there's a lot going on, you can always find some direction in your experience, some sensation, even if it's just like a little patch on your forearm or it's just neutral, where things feel okay, where there isn't discomfort. And you can begin to use that as a thing to pay attention to. And as you zoom in on it, it can kind of expand. And it's a really important principle. It's just this principle of like that you don't have to be completely beholden to the circumstances of what's going on, but that we can actually change our internal circumstances by paying attention to something else. And I would say that's, if I describe some of the ways that practice has really changed things for me over the past 20 years of being a meditator or however long I've been at it, I would say there's a few different things. But one of them is definitely this idea that there's almost no situation now where I can't close my eyes and I can't find a kind of quiet or a soft part of my experience that I can just zoom in on in a way. And as you develop more concentration, you develop the ability to kind of like, it's sort of like slipping your brain into like a USB slot. It's like you just find this quality of peacefulness or quiet or something enjoyable, and you just sort of stick your brain into it, your attention into it. It just sort of expands and becomes expands out to become the whole program. I mean, that's more after a while. But I'm going to explore this principle a bit, I thought, with you guys, where I'll just be inviting you guys to, as always with the Do Nothing Project, if you want to just stick to whatever your usual practices, that's super fine. If you want to just keep it easy, focus on the breath or on sounds or just do nothing, of course, that's great. The invitation here will be just to maybe start with the breath or some object, but then to deliberately look for something kind of pleasurable in your experience, either pleasurable or neutral. And then to just make that the meditation object. Begin to see if you can kind of get into, even if it's like an absence, get into the quality of absence And particularly with this quality of enjoying yourself, enjoying the opportunity to take a break from it, and loving this quality of just being and not having to do anything except pay attention to this very simple thing. That's a big principle. So let's try it out. I know that's what I'm going to be doing because I've got all kinds of intensity and worry, and worry about Eden. And oh my God, has he got some kind of brain damage? What's wrong with this kid? And man, when he cries, it's out of control. It's like he is just given her, and you can just feel it right through your whole nervous system. So I'm definitely going to be zooming in on some peaceful qualities if I can find them. Maybe have a drink after. Yeah. Okay. So welcome, everybody. Glad you guys are here. Let's party. By party, I mean we'll close our eyes and do almost nothing whatsoever. 25 minutes. Welcome, Andrew. Okay, so we can start with a few deep breaths. Stretching up on the inhale. And the exhale is the downward motion of relaxation. And as you breathe out, you can deliberately sort of smooth out the worry lines in your forehead and smooth out the jaw, shoulders. And it's like you're just breathing out tension, actually. Imagining you can just, on the out breath, let go of whatever you want to let go of from the day. If it's let goable, just shifting into this different experience, this new moment with a different set of experiences. And when I breathe out, I sometimes try to find a kind of just like this gratitude, like, oh my God, I can breathe out. I can let go of whatever I need to let go of and just feel myself here. And then at the beginning, also this equanimity piece, which is sort of a commitment to stay open, to not, get too upset if the situation right now isn't perfect. Like maybe there's sounds in the background, or maybe you're feeling you're a bit busy brain today, or you have some discomfort. It's just sort of saying that's all right. We don't need things to be perfect. Allowing everything to be here. And there's a kind of maturity, a dignity in that. That word dignity is an important one for meditation. There's a sense in which there's some self-respect in the way we sit and having the spine upright. This ancient human activity of sitting and facing your experience, opening. And some people like to stay exactly here, just in this open place, enjoying your own company, letting the mind go where it goes. Or you may want an anchor, something to give a little structure to the practice. And that can be a sensation like the breath or the warmth of the hands. It can be sound. But it can also be some area of the body or your experience, even larger than that feels restful to pay attention to. So in the body, it might be as you breathe out, there's a little feeling of rest or some vibratory, pleasurable quality in the body that you can actually use as an object and just focus on. Or it might be an absence, quiet, something you can't feel, but you can somehow still pay attention in that direction. Or stillness, quiet, silence. The invitation is to find something that you enjoy paying attention to, and then to appreciate it. Try this for a bit. I'll come back. Good. So the invitation was to try to find something restful or pleasurable in your experience, either a sensation that you enjoy or kind of an absence that is somehow restful. And then to see if you can sink into that. And you might be kind of one pointed as you do that, or it might have a more broader awareness. And if your mind wanders, you just notice that and come back good naturedly. And one of the keys here is to get really still, let everything slow down as you move into this restful space, this more restful sensation, kind of syncing up with it. Good. So just staying with it here. My wonders, you come back. And maybe that you're working with a more open, broad awareness, and or maybe the restful thing you're paying attention to is the awareness itself, just or the feeling of being. Those are all great things to work with. Whatever's sort of there in your experience that feels simple, that you can practice appreciating, enjoying, loving even. Good. So sometimes as we start to get absorbed, we can kind of check out or we drift or we get sleepy a bit. When that happens, you can just take a couple deep breaths and reoxygenate the system, stretch up the spine a bit. It's okay to check out, but it's also nice to stay aware. Keep the awareness as things get quieter inside. And even if they don't. Okay, good. Oh, just a couple minutes left. I'll finish with some kind of nurture positive or loving kindness practice. I thought tonight I'll recruit your guys' help. We'll send some good vibes out to all the crying babies of the world. All these, every baby you've ever seen on an airplane, in a supermarket, in the mall, or heard from your next door neighbor or in your own house. To say nothing of their beleaguered parents. And just imagining that little baby crying and just sending some friendliness like, may you be well. And may you feel safe. And it's like, kids when they're that young, it's so primordial. The joy is primordial. The pain is primordial. It's so undiluted. In a way, we all have that inside us, that sensitivity that's like hurt and fearful, doesn't know what's going on, is just crying. And also that joy that a kid also shows, the baby, and it's like it gets layered up in us, but it's just raw when they're that little. I'm just sending some caring vibes to maybe visualize a kid in your head, or it's just an idea. And may you be well. It's sort of like sending compassion for the whole human condition. May you be well, little dude. May you be comforted. May you know this is a safe place, this world. You belong here. Thanks, guys. My first baby meditation ever. Maybe not my last. Baby meta. I'm gonna go and attend to business, see what's going on. But thank you guys. Appreciate it. So good to sit with you guys. I love this. I look forward to it. Puts me in the right place. Definitely feel a little more settled now. Hope you enjoyed the meditation. Next week we'll keep on going. Who knows what life will throw at us. Practice is good. Many thanks. Thanks, Allison. Thanks, Lauren. Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Gabriel. Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Johnny. Thanks, Faith. Andrew, Jeff, Kathy. Pass on the